Hello students, today we'll talk about the method of determining electric potential energy due to system of charges. If you have so many charges and if you want to find out how much is the potential energy, how much is the work required to form such system, how do we determine it, how do we find it? So that is what we'll discuss today. So let's start. To understand today's topic, we should be clear with the following points. First of all, we should be knowing that work done is equal to negative change in potential energy. So whenever you do work, you spend your energy, and hence your potential energy decreases. If work is done on the system, then system is adding into its potential energy. Hence, if work done is negative, potential energy increases. Delta U is positive. In terms of potential, if we try to express potential energy, it can be given as U is equal to QV or delta U is equal to Q delta V. And whenever we move any charge in electric field, suppose if we give displacement D, then the potential energy can be given as minus QED cos theta. QED cos theta is actually work, and potential energy is negative of work done. And here we are assuming that initial potential energy is 0, otherwise it is delta U. And for system of two charges q1 and q2 separated by distance r, the potential energy can be given as U is equal to k q1 q2 by r. Suppose if this U is 5 joule, then it doesn't mean that q1 is possessing 5 joule or q2 is possessing 5 joule. What it means is that you need 5 joule energy. You need to spend 5 joule energy to place q1 and q2 at distance r. To formulate this system, that much energy we need to spend. So I assume that you are clear with the basic concepts of potential energy and work done, and with that assumption, let us move further. So consider two charges q1 and q2 separated by distance r, and we know that for this case the potential energy, if we label it as u12, can be given as U12 is equal to k q1 q2 by r. Here suffix 12 is only indicating that you are talking about two charges q1 and q2. Because next we are going to talk about system with more than two charges. What if we have three charges, say q1, q2, distance let it be r1, and then we have one more charge q3. Where is q3? Let it be at distance r2 from q1 and r3 from uh, q2. So for this case, how do I determine the potential energy? Because to formulate this system, we need to spend some energy, and whatever energy we spend is stored in the system in form of its potential energy. So how do I find out potential energy for this three charge system? So we have this formula of potential energy kq and q2 by r. So here we have to find out how many pairs are being formed. So how many pairs are being formed? So first pair, if I consider it as 1 2, then 1 is forming pair with third charge also, so 1 3. Then 2 is also forming pair with third charge, so 2 3. So I have to find out potential energy of q1 q2. I have to find out potential energy due to 1 and 3. I should be knowing potential energy due to second and third charge. Once I have potential energy corresponding to these three pairs, if I sum up the three, then I'll have total potential energy. So with that logic, let us try to find out potential energy of the system. So if I consider potential energy of Q1 and Q2, pair Q1 and Q2, how do I express it? If it is U12, I can write it as KQ1 Q2 by R1. Similarly, U13, that is potential energy, sorry, U23, that is potential energy of pair Q2 and Q3, and then 13 kq1 q3 by distance, that is r2, and then I can say that total potential energy of the system is u12 plus u13 plus u23. Okay, now once you write u23, you don't need to write u32 because it is one and the same. We are talking about scalar quantity. Okay, so u23 and u32 both are same. Add, substitute the values and add. Now, if we consider Cartesian coordinate system, and if we consider charges q1 at position vector r1, q2 at r2, q3 at r3, and q4 at r4. Now we have system of 4 charges, and I want to find out potential energy of this system. All the 4 will have some attraction or repulsion between them, and wherever you have force, you have potential energy. So, given choice, these charges will not stay at the points where they are shown. And if we want them to be there, we have to have some energy spent. So that energy is potential energy of system. And how do we determine how much energy we need to spend, or how much energy this system is possessing? So let us see how to find out. So let us consider system of 4 charges as shown here, and then we know that what we need is first we need number of pairs. How many pairs we have here? So if you make list, ideally it's good if you can make list initially before starting the summation. So first charge is having its pair with second, third and fourth. So 3 pairs just due to first charge. Then second charge will have its pair possible with third and fourth charge, so 2 pairs due to second charge, and then third charge will have one possible pair fourth, because its pair with first and second is already considered. So total 6 pairs we have, and hence if I want potential energy of this system, I should be summing up this 6 pairs, potential energy due to this 6 pairs. What if you have one more charge? What if you have 5 charge system? In that case, you will have 1 5 here, you will have 2 5 here, okay, you will have 3 5 here, and one more possible pair 4 5. So for 5 charge system you are adding 4 more pairs, so total will be 10 pairs. And what if you consider a cube? Suppose if I have cube, and I want to find out potential energy of all the charges placed on vertices of cube. So consider that you have cube, and each of the vertices of this cube is having charge q on it. How do you find out potential energy of this system? So assuming the vertices are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, how many pairs are possible? So just with first charge, if you consider first charge, 7 pairs due to first charge only. Okay, with second charge 7 pairs, but first is already considered, so with second charge 6 pairs possible, with third charge 5 pairs possible, with fourth charge 4 pairs possible, then 3, and so on. So many pairs will be possible. It is good exercise to carry out. Try it out after watching this video and find out potential energy for this system. For now, we'll continue with our consideration of system of 4 charges. So if I have 4 charges, as explained, you have 6 possible pairs, and for 6 possible pairs we can always find out potential energy with our standard formula K q1 q2 by r1 r2, in general K qi qj ri minus rj. So potential energy due to first pair u12 is K q1 q2 by r1 minus r2 mod. Similarly u13, u14, u23, u24 and u34. So I can say that potential energy of system is sigma uij, where uij is u12, 13, 14 and so on, and if I substitute value, this is what I get. Okay, and if you have a system of n charges, the formula remains same, except this one change, that instead of 4 you should write n. Okay, and I is not equal to j is very important thing here, because it avoids the possibility of writing U22 or U33 or U44 because it is not carrying any physical significance. So don't forget mentioning I is not equal to J when you are using this expression. So in conclusion, we can say that potential energy U of system of two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by distance r can be given as KQ1 Q2 by r. If you have potential energy, if you want potential energy of system of two charges where you have position vectors given, you don't have distance between Q1 and Q2 given, then you can find out potential energy with this formula KQ1 Q2 by mod of vector r1 minus mod of vector r1 minus r2. And what if you have n charges, say q1, q2, q3 up to qn with position vectors r1, r2, r3 up to rn? How do we determine potential energy of such system? So there you will need to see how many pairs are being formed, find out potential energy due to individual pair, and then sum up individual potential energy. So this last one is the formula indicating potential energy of system of n charges. So that was the topic. Thank you.